Greetings and salutations, welcome back to another video guys. Today we're going to talk about some of the weirdest food you can find in Malaysia, and we're starting right now. In general, Malaysian food is probably some of the most interesting food you can find on the planet because it is being influenced by the Malay, the Chinese and the Indians. For example, you have char kway teow coming from the Chinese. Then we have our Malay buddies which actually modified the char kway teow and they created kway teow goreng basah or char kway teow basah. Then coming from our Indian friends, you have the nasi kandar, you have the roti canai. And of course, from our Malay brothers and sisters, we have the national dish, Nasi Lemak guys. Hiya, Malaysian Chinese got more than just char kway teow meh. We also got bak kut teh, kai fan, dim sum, also tai chow. There, we got achar, we got apam, atu kapaya. Avia also got butter chicken, chapati, chicken 65, chicken kali mirchi, chutney. Excuse me, brother. We also like to eat nasi ayam, nasi kerabu, nasi dagang, nasi goreng belacan. Yes. Malaysia's got a lot to offer when it comes to food. That's what brings all the races in Malaysia united. And Malaysians are very creative when it comes to food. So creative that they end up inventing some of the weirdest food you can find. Now, here are the top 10 Malaysian food that we find bizarre from our perspective. Now, Mr. Jenny actually likes durian very much, even though the smell is a little bit overwhelming, but sometimes when you crave it, you just gotta eat it like nobody's business. And of course, who doesn't like pizza? Pizza is super delicious, but come on, man, to be combining it with durian, that's a little bit unusual. Can you imagine how this would smell if you actually make this recipe at home? I mean, you have the nice smell of the mozzarella cheese melting in the oven and all of a sudden being taken off by the pungent durian. But I guess it's not that unusual. I mean, we have Asam Pedas Tempoyak in Malaysia, which is some kind of a curry, a dish mixed with fermented durian. And that's also a little bit unusual, but it does taste good, doesn't it? To go up on another level, why don't we just make tempoyak cheese pizza? I wonder how that would taste like. A lot of Malaysian sambal has a good balance between sweetness, sourness and saltiness. That sweetness usually comes from sugar, and I suppose to be replacing it with strawberries will probably give a nice fragrance to the sambal. As weird as it sounds, I got a feeling that sambal strawberry probably tastes very nice. Now this one probably doesn't sound very weird at all, because a lot of Asians really like their spicy goodness. I sure do like a good piece of fried chicken from McDonald's. Every once in a while you probably crave it, right? But extra spicy ayam goreng Macbee is on a different level guys. It's extremely spicy. It comes with a warning, eat at your own risk. To some people, this level of spiciness is indulging. But for Mr. Journey, it's a little bit too spicy and a little bit fake. That spiciness kind of tastes mechanically engineered. And the worst part is when you wake up the next morning. Oh my god. What can I say about this one? You have the goodness chocolatey taste from the Milo, and you have the savory goodness from Maggie, and you want to combine them together? I suppose it kind of makes sense if you're a student. I mean, you're always in a hurry and you don't have a lot of money. So what do? You just combine Milo and Maggie on the go. Now, chicken feet is probably not so unusual in Asian countries. I mean, I've seen many people really suck on that chicken feet. In a lot of culture where you actually slaughter the animal, it's probably a good idea to not waste any of the meat. Sure, there's a lot of health benefit like collagen and the likes when you eat chicken feet, but at the end of the day, feet is feet. I mean, come on, a nasi lemak flavored ice cream. I mean, you have anchovies, ikan bilis goreng. I mean, why don't you just eat the nasi lemak first then have ice cream as dessert. How about that for an idea? Alright, fine, you want to be creative, you want to make nasi lemak ice cream, go ahead. Why don't you just make nasi lemak cake then? Unless the nasi lemak is served and shaped like a cake, then I'm alright. You know, instead of having those banana leaves, you actually shape it like a cake, and there's no cake ingredient at all. Hey, happy birthday, I got a special cake for ya. Let it be savory, not a dessert. I think eating porcupine has some historical context. A long time ago, decades ago, or even hundreds of years ago, people living in kampung, every time when they want to find meat, they probably end up having to go into the jungle, and they probably end up eating whatever they could find. In a religious context, in Islam, so long as the animal is warm-blooded and clean, and doesn't eat anything unusual, is probably halal. But then you're cooking this poor animal in a rendang sauce. I suppose it probably tastes good, right? But if these animals are endangered species, please don't eat porcupine, guys, come on. And of course guys, as Malaysian, I've definitely heard of bird's nest soup before. And I know they are very expensive. I mean, it's just that the fact that bird's nest soup is actually made of bird's saliva, you know, collected from their nests. So that idea kind of put me off a little bit. It actually never occurred to me to actually wanted to try it until I watched Jack-Leg Warrior's video. I'm sure this dish has some health benefits since it's been around for hundreds of years, if not thousands. And I'm sure there's already scientists out there who's already done and provided a scientific proof of health benefit by eating bird's nest soup. Maybe I should try it one day. But I got a feeling that once I do try the bird's nest soup, it's probably not so weird after all. Now, truth be told guys, there are some actually Malaysian, especially from the far east of Borneo, that actually enjoy eating bats. We do have some friends from Sarawak, and they did mention to us that it's not actually bats, but it's actually keluang.
Safe to eat and also delicious because it is a gigantic bat known as the flying fox.
Wow.
So
after watching videos by Jet-Lag Warriors, then we confirmed that these fruity bats are actually not a typical bat that you normally see. Apparently, they are cleaner and much more meatier. Special thanks to Steve and Ivana for sharing their video. At first, I actually thought it only existed in Borneo. Now I do know it also exists in up north of Peninsula. Those are Mr. Journey list of some bizarre food that you can find in Malaysia. Let us know what you think, alright? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think some of the weirdest food in Malaysia. Remember to like, comment and subscribe and click the bell notification icon button. Until the next time guys, peace!